we are going to be getting a ride, doing a ride along, and this, I guess we can call it big turbo. It's considered big turbo, huh?
For this one, yeah. I mean, they're all, since it's not stock turbo,
yeah,
it's a lot bigger than the OEM one for sure.
Yeah.
This is a pure 900, so it's kind of a half mix of like factory and like OEM style, because the actual compressor housing is about 10% larger of like an AR. So I'd still say it's still considered a big turbo for sure, you know?
Yeah, would you mind popping the hood so we can see? It looks extremely clean underneath the hood. And you guys know I'm a big sucker for that, because like on our Z, I tried my best to make sure that all the lines weren't just everywhere and like things were like messy. I wanted it as clean as possible. You guys can see for yourselves how clean it looks. Of course, the turbo sits right there on the side, and then he modified the actual engine cover so that, you know, he's able to fit, I believe this is the oil line for the touch cam, if I'm not mistaken. And then he has like the flex fuel lines over there. So it's very, very nice and neat underneath here. The only dead giveaway, like he was saying earlier, is just the intake. And it looks very good, man. So I'm excited to see what it does. He's actually a big influence on why we went with H&R on Jackie's car. You guys know, if you don't know, my girlfriend Jackie picked up a 2022 Supra 891 CF edition, maybe what, 3 months ago, and she's absolutely loving it. I love it. And when we went to lower it, I reached out to him and asked him, you know, what does he recommend? And so he has H&R springs on here. As you can see, it looks really good. That thing looks really good. So let's go and get a ride. See what this thing does. All right, let's do this. Aftermarket steering wheel looks clean.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, no, the guy actually who does this doesn't do them anymore. And it was a little bit over the top, a little bit too flashy for me at first, because I was like, I just wanted something a little bit more, you know, minimalistic. But he was like, just trust me, and I'm not going to complain, because I did get, you know, hooked up. I don't want to say sponsored, but he definitely, you know, sent this to me, and very grateful for that. But yeah, he was like, just trust me, I'm going to add some of this carbon, some of that, and then this is like my brand logo. So
nice.
Yeah, it came in. I like it. It matches, you know, the carbon in here. It's still a little flash for me, like the carbon bits here is a little over the top, but overall it looks really good. And then these are a must-have. I don't know if you get these yet, man. Magnetic paddle shift.
I have, yeah. I mean, mine look a little different than that, but yeah.
Dude, I love them. You know, ever since I put the magnetic paddle shifters on, solid. Oh, and then the cool thing with the steering wheel is he did the airbag piece too.
I know it, yeah, because it has like the white stitching and it matches like your racing stripe.
So that came separate. It was a little sketchy when we installed it, because you have to take the existing airbag and then put it onto this piece.
So we're gonna allow him to give us a. I'm gonna put the seat down. We're gonna allow him to give us a see super things, like making sure that it doesn't hit the thing in the back.
Oh, I know, that's the annoying part.
Make sure
my wife, she's like, oh, that's the only thing she hates about this, is she can't like lean back just because of that. So I'm like, nope, sorry, not this car.
But he's gonna give us a ride, and I believe we're gonna drive a little later, but I wanted him to drive first because I want to see like how this car feels, right? Because obviously it's not my car. I've never driven a big turbo Supra. Actually, I have. Actually, no, was it? I don't know if it was big turbo or not, but I know he had like underneath like 500 horsepower, and it was rowdy. It was
underneath. It was probably stock turbo, because typically if you just do like an E50 tune, with just a downpipe, you're looking at about, I mean, like 470 to 490 wheel horsepower. That's crazy. You know, with just stock fuel system. They'll reach almost 500 with possibly like a custom tune. But that's typically where you cap out on stock fuel system.
And I just remember it being like extremely rowdy, and that was when they first came out. So that was years ago. So obviously this is a little bit more crazy. If you don't mind me asking, how much are you? I don't know if you say it or not.
You know, not typically.
That's
but
fine.
I mean, you know, right now, I mean, depends on the map. I mean, we can be, you know, we can go on map 1, be around like. Map 2 is probably what we'll just use max. Then there's 3 and 4. Personally, I don't think we're going to go to 3 and 4, but map 2 gets pretty exciting. We can still have fun with that. You'll still definitely feel a kick, but just to give you a gauge, like map 1's about downpipe tune if you want.
Yeah. Bro, that's so crazy. All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
Alrighty. One thing I'll say though, and I'm sure you'll notice it when you start increasing horsepower on that on your guys' Supra, is I do not like the factor that the car is so stable still that it still doesn't feel like it's flying. Unless you're looking at the mile per hour, you're just like, oh snap. Because like I guess the best way I can say it, it's not as raw as like an S2000 or probably your Z, you know? The technology behind like all the suspension and everything kind of still kills the feeling. Yeah. But it's still, I mean, you tell me it feels fast. Maybe I'm just used to the horsepower.
Okay, yeah, let's see.
Definitely stable. Yeah.
Yeah, super stable. Yeah.
We got traction control fully disabled and it's still hooked.
Hey.
Yeah, my PSI is at like 36, 35.
Yeah.
So.
But it's so quick though. Yeah. But I definitely see when you say like it's stable, like it's just.
Yeah, we'll try it again a little bit further too. We got a little bit more road. I think if I do like a second gear, it's gonna feel a little bit more exciting. Yeah. And I won't brake boost it this time. I'll just let the boost just build up.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, you like it?
That sounds amazing, bro. I love that. Man, that's no T51R, huh?
No T51R
straight. Yeah. That sounds amazing. What exhaust you have?
This is ARC. ARC Performance. It's like a Korean-based brand.
Yeah.
But they're awesome. Shout out to ARC, man. They helped me with my last platform. They did this one, and man, I love the tone. And it's cool because it still retains the butterfly valve.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So, you know, if we want, we can just close it. And
it's straight quiet. That's crazy. It's stock, literally.
You open it. So, I always like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Everybody goes for like the single exit, but what the problem with single exit is like, man, you're loud all the time.
Yeah, I just don't like, me personally, and that's why I went with the dual exhaust on the Z. I just don't like how there's a single and then the other side is empty. I just don't like that. I don't
know. Because then there's a cutout there, and like, unless you buy like that cover, but it still doesn't like, it still doesn't look, you know, proper.
Yeah, that's just me though. Some people don't care about it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you.
This is all on map 1, right?
So yeah, so actually we're on map 2. So I mean, map 1 you can feel it. It's a lot slower.
Okay.
But this is probably around like, I want to say map 2 is around like.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll show you on the side what map 3 and 4 are.
Okay.
I just don't trust map 3 and 4 right now. And on top of that, we're not even at like full E, so we're only at E30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that crazy though, map 3 and 4?
Oh yeah, well I can't even run it because we're not even at full E either. Yeah. So map 3 and 4, I'll show you. I'll show you the dyno graph.
Okay. I noticed that these are putting in work.
Oh,
you don't get that.
Yeah. No man, it's such a nightmare if you don't have those.
Putting in work. Yeah, it's so annoying, bro. So annoying.
These are, like I said, those other ones, they're very minimalistic too.
Yeah.
So those are always nice, but yeah, they make a huge difference, man. Like,
huge difference.
Cruise at like 80 and you're chilling.
Yeah. So this is 2-port. The 20. What did they started at 21 for the 4-port?
21 and up, all 6-port.
6-port. And so obviously, I mean, I know that makes a big difference when it comes to power.
Yeah, right? You're gonna net, like, if I were to put a difference, it'd be like more top end power. So like, you'd net probably an additional like 40 or so horsepower. It depends on like per power level. You know, if we're just talking downpipe tune, whether it's 2-port or 6-port, you guys are pretty much gonna be making about the same.
Yeah.
Once you go upgrade to turbo and stuff, that's when you start seeing a slight difference for sure.
Yeah.
In terms of that, like let's say around the 550 to 600, you know, the 6-port can net like an additional like you know, 20 to 40 more wheel horsepower. And then as you keep going beyond, like let's say you're looking at a car that's on the same setup that's a 2-port making 920 wheel horsepower, well the 6-port on the same setup could be doing, you know, 1,000.
Okay.
So then that's when it really like factors in like a pretty big difference, you know. Yeah, I mean, one thing for sure in the future I'd like to get a 6-port head for sure.
I was gonna say you can always convert if you don't.
Yeah, it's just the head. Okay. So that's all it is, just purchasing the head, and then yeah, you use that to convert it.
So I mean, literally, all you would have to do that, and then I'm assuming retune, and then more power, just like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you're just doing the exact same setup.
Yeah,
obviously you're gonna need a turbo that's gonna be doing, or that's gonna be suited for that. But,
yeah.
All right. Let's look at her. Is there another straight we got going on?
So this tells you the map that you're, or not map, but the.
Yeah, with Ecutech, and I should have explained that earlier. Yeah, with Ecutech, this will tell me how much ethanol content. That just tells me how many pounds of boost we're running on this ethanol content. Okay. And so it's, I think you can do it with MHD now. I don't remember, but I know with Ecutech, that's one of the cool features that you can have your actual display some things here. So I'll do a quick pull. Just watch like the mile per hour, like I said. And you'll see where it climbs at. You saw the mile per hour at, it doesn't even feel like that mile per hour.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I think it's too because these cars are so like they're made solid. Yeah. That's one thing that I admire, and like what's what I'm looking for. Lack of a better term, like I like about these cars, like they're just made solid, and I think that's like one of the reasons why, as you said it earlier, that it like as you're going fast, it just doesn't feel like it. It's because like everything is solid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just so it's built so well.
Yeah.
So I'll let you drive.
Put you guys up here real quick while I do this. How was that seat back there? It's funny.
I know, it's always something to worry about.
Actually, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Actually, I don't think I even adjusted anything. All right, let's do this.
Can I go for me and hold it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and so traction control is fully disabled. So
it's cool because it literally feels like I'm driving Jackie's Supra. This one just has way more power. So you don't have a like a built transmission, none of that, huh?
Oh, right now, no.
No?
Yeah. Stock trans, you just gotta limit torque. Yeah, it is XHP transmission tune.
Yeah.
So you'll notice especially when you get on it and you're going through the shifts, it's actually gonna try and hold the boost. So it may seem a little delayed or it may seem faster. I don't know what you're used to on the transmission, on the stock transmission. I honestly forget how the stock transmission feels.
Wow, that way better. I'm assuming that's that. So when you get a transmission tune, it how do I say this? So for example, like on the R Supra, Jackie Supra, stock everything, it doesn't even allow me to like do that downshift because we're going 50 miles per hour, and I went all the way down a second. On the stock one, it doesn't allow you to do that.
Oh yeah, So yeah, you can break. There's a lot of things. Yeah. You can change the way the shift map is, how fast it actually responds.
Yeah.
Basically, you can change the RPM too of how high you can actually shift. I mean, yeah, there's a whole lot of characteristics. Like when we're in Drive 2, one feature that I personally like, and I don't know if you've ever dealt with this, but the first and second sometimes can be a little quick, especially when you're just daily driving.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm in like comfort, just cruising and just drive, I'll have it automatically be in second. When I come to a stop, it just stays in second.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of characteristics, and then that's with just like XHP. And then if you do like a custom transmission tune, like I have, you know, from there are a few people that can do custom transmission tunes, even XHP themselves.
Yeah.
It really also changes the characteristics on like basically how it feels and how responsive it will be. And basically it's like there's also ways to, in a sense, like full throttle shift if you were, you know, on a manual transmission car. Yeah. Because sometimes, you know, if you have it quick shift too hard, it will drop the boost level. So it's like, you know, you're throwing in the clutch a little longer, and then you're not, you know, kind of hitting it through, versus like a full throttle shift.
Yeah, bro, this is I definitely we're definitely gonna have to do that transmission too, because that's the one thing that that's my biggest pet peeve with that car is when I go to like actually like use the the paddles or whatever. I go to downshift. There's times it doesn't let me downshift because it thinks that it's gonna be too much. And I'm like, bro, like come on, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But
no, and the cool thing is you can actually get it without even being unlocked. It's a whole separate unit, so it doesn't need an unlock to do a transmission tune.
Oh wow, no, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
It's not a lockable section or anything like that. So if you got XHP today, we could XHP the Supra. You wouldn't even have to worry about unlocking the AC. Third gear at like 3,000 would probably be your best, yeah. Okay. And then shift at like almost 7K, okay. Like in the orange.
So stable. So let me ask you, would you rather it be like rowdy, or like would you rather like it to be smooth like this?
I don't know, that's a hard mixture. Sometimes I want it to be rowdy because it gives you a little bit of that scare factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, it's safer in a sense being smooth like this.
Yeah.
Because like you can hold it down, and I mean this is what I imagine like Lamborghinis and Ferraris feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's very smooth, and like that's why they don't really realize how fast you're truly going.
Yeah, you're right about that. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Because like if you put me in an S2000 that's making like 400 horsepower, oh man, I'm gonna feel like I'm flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love how it's tuned like that, bro. Where do you do second at?
Probably about the same thing, 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
So smooth. So I guess comparing it to the Z, that's obviously the only car that I drive like often.
Yeah.
Yeah, comparing it definitely obviously is smoother. The Z has a.
The Z probably feels like it's flying up.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. And two, that's a bigger car. Like on the inside too. Like this car is small and nimble.
Next time we'll link up again, and I'll put it on full E. And when it's not like 80 degrees out, I'll put it on map 3, and then we'll have a lot more fun with that.
I know for a fact, like would you consider that like a kill map for you?
I wouldn't say it's a kill map. Map 4 would be the kill map.
Kill map.
Yeah. And map 3 is still like, it's still a fun map, but it's gonna be I wouldn't want to do it with, because IATs are still over 100.
Yeah.
Which, man, it's kind of scary to be honest. I don't know why my IATs are so hot. I need to get probably a blanket now.
This car sounds so good. It sounds so good. Like it's crazy.
The camera does justice.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully you guys can hear like how good it sounds, like all the induct noises and all that stuff. But it sounds so good. Like it just makes me want to go crazy with Jackson Supra. Like the exhaust, the induct noises, everything. It just like all comes together because like one doesn't outdo the other. Everything just it comes together so nicely. It sounds good.
Would make it this far, they hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball, I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say, I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life, I'm about to come and